Hi, it's Jen from Shabby Fabrics here to introduce our newest sew along. This is called Let Freedom Ring. This is a row by row quilt, and this was designed by Lindsay Waite. This is the pattern. It's been out for a little while, and I have been waiting on the perfect collection to be able to make our own quilt, and Lindsay has graciously allowed us to do these tutorials to be able to step you through each one of the rows as we progress through making this amazing quilt. The collection that I thought was perfect for this is All American by Deb Strain. It's Moda Fabrics. Every fabric you're seeing, including the white, this is a Moda Bella Solid, is Moda Fabrics. We know people love Moda, and so do we here at Shabby. So that is the fabrics that we used for that. We've got some options for you as well. The backing, of course, anytime you're going to kind of invest this amount of money and time in a quilt of this caliber, and you can see this is huge. You're only seeing a part of this quilt. Hopefully we're able to get some close-ups of that, maybe even as I'm speaking now. You can see this is a big quilt. In fact, the size of this is 64 by 82. Impressive, very impressive size. So be sure to grab that coordinated backing fabric. Limited amounts of that, and we know we can't get more. Sometimes when we come out with a new project, if there's a really accelerated interest, we can get more fabric. That is not the case in this instance. And so if this one's like, yep, I want to be a part of that, be sure to grab your spot in that sew along, grab the backing. The fabric that's here, we just put, it's a kind of a big chunk of fabric here. This is an oops kit. Now your oops kit won't contain this much volume of each one of those fabrics, but those are the fabrics that'll be in your oops kit. What's an oops kit? Exactly what it sounds like. If you make an oops, this is a low-cost insurance policy. You can grab the oops kit when you sign up for the sew along and reserve your spot. What that does is when your first block ships out to you, along of course with the pattern, the fabrics, you're going to get that oops kit as well. And what that does is just like if you make a mistake, you've got the fabric right there to just recut and keep going. And I love that. The other thing that offers you as an opportunity is any fabric that you don't use in your oops kit, you have available to make as a coordinating project, maybe a pillow or something else, or just put that in your stash. So I love that. Some of the things that you might want to consider, and these are all the tools that we did use to create our own project here. We used a lot of rulers on this. There's a lot of measurements from our biggest 6.5 by 24.5 inch, of course, to cut those initial strips. We used our 2.5 inch because some of our strips are 2.5. Of course, our 6.5 by 12.5. And we, if you look at the flag here, these are finishing at 1 inches. Creative Grid recently came out with a 1.5 inch wide ruler. I love that. I can just get those strips absolutely dialed in to the exact size, and you're going to want that wording straight. I love that I can lay this right on top of my fabric, see my wording, and be able to fussy cut around that and to get that alignment of the wording just perfect. So the corner clipper was super helpful for us. The 3.5 by 6.5, we definitely use that as well. And I know we use the Creative Grid Flying Geese tool for this row here. That's a lot of flying geese to make, and of course they need to be coming out just so. Good thread. We know if you're going to invest this kind of time, you need good thread. We use the Aurifil. We did grab the Carrera set, although we just used the white in that. So you could grab just a spool of the white or grab the Carrera set, which also has the gray and black, and simply have that for future projects. Fresh needle, we know that. Fresh blade, we know that. And then, of course, our patchwork pins. And a spinning mat. If I'm going to be using a tool that is going to allow me to fussy cut, my goal is to never really touch that fabric. I just want to rotate my mat around it. So another great option for you. So I will be with you throughout the sew along. We'll be covering absolutely every block. So even if you're like, I don't know, I'm not that great at piecing, we are going to have a good time learning how to make each one of these blocks. I'm going to give you tips and techniques to help you be successful. And if you have some concerns, grab the oops kit and just relax. You'll have the extra fabric you need. If you make any mistakes, you just pull out your oops kit and recut that, and you're on your way. So this one I'm really excited about. We haven't had a sew along in such a long time. So I invite you to join in on the fun of the Let Freedom Ring row by row sew along. And remember to grab that backing and oops kit and I'll see you on the supporting video once our project gets underway. Thanks for giving me some minutes of your day to show you about this exciting new opportunity here from Shabby Fabrics.